Hello everyone, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. So we're going to be talking about two things today. Behind us, we've got the Falcons playing. The match build-up is starting to happen outside the ground. I thought I'd just quickly show you. But also ticketing and games being moved. Newcastle fans obviously not happy. Right, yeah, so that was the Falcons, who obviously play here later today. By the time this video goes out, you know, the Falcons would have already played 5:30 kick-off. You know, the main point of the video today was talk about ticketing. And, you know, I think, you know, TV companies, you've got to look at fans' perspective. You look at our away support. Newcastle fans travel the most in the UK because of where they're situated. Our nearest club is Burnley. And, you know, I remember going to Burnley on Monday the 31st, which was a Monday night game, and that game was a Monday night, but that was fine. The reason being that was fine is because we knew that game, it was set in stone. You know, I didn't get in at 3 o'clock in the morning. Difficult to go to Burnley, but you know, we're coming with numbers. And you know, I've been to Stoke on New Year's Day. That was difficult, no public transport. Luckily, you know, the coaches were on, but you know, I think the Everton one is, I think because Newcastle fans have had so many games changed. I remember playing at Brighton late on a Sunday afternoon. Southampton was another one as well. And I think it's difficult for Newcastle fans to get back, especially when there's no public transport to get your fans back. But I think moving the Everton game when it was already set and fans have already bought tickets, but more importantly, they've already paid for travel, hotels, train tickets, buses and that. Now, I'm quite lucky because I drive and I'll be driving down to Goodison, but I've still got to get my work schedule moved around. Now, I know I'm going to be going to the Everton game, but now, because it's been moved to Monday, travel is fine for me. However, I bought the ticket, and yes, you can get a full refund from the club, but you know, it's difficult because it's now on a Monday night. I've got work the next day. Like many of other people, many fans can't go to the game. Now, it comes to a point where TV companies and the club, especially because remember, the club are at fault as well. The club accepted that term to play on the Monday night. Newcastle could have said no, but they're going to pocket over 1.1 million, whatever it is, to move the game to Monday night. So Newcastle are gaining money from doing that. They've got to think of that as well. For me, in an ideal world, I think the club should put on free travel at the very minimum. At the very minimum, allow fans to go to the game free travel. I think that should be the bang minimum for me. I think it's out of order by the TV companies. I think it's out of order for, you know, the club as well, knowing that the game was already played. They knew that would be upsetting fans. And I think overall you've got to look at it in the future as well, coming on, because I think it'll be too soon to do it at the end of the season. But next season, when you're moving games around, when tickets are already bought, man, it's not on. You've got to look at that and think, how did I win it? You know, money's been well spent. You know, you've got players fans who can come all the way around the UK paying over £100. People from, I've read that people are coming from Denmark and Norway at the game, man, just for this game, and they're paying for flights which are going to be rescheduled. So I think that needs to seriously look at, and I think something needs to be done where the game is set in stone, and if Newcastle have a 4 PM Sunday kick-off at Southampton or Brighton, then at least have the travel paid for, at least that for me, or at least have some coaches back, or you know, if they're fortunate ones who can drive, which is great. But you know, it's not just that, people have got work the next day as well, so there's so much more. And I know people are trying to do something about it, and rightly so, but TV companies, the clubs have all got to come together and look, at the end of the day, it's the fans that are suffering. Without football, yeah, you can have your audience who sit at home, don't go to games, but without your fans in the stadium, we wouldn't have this great spectacle. The fans make the football, whether you like that or not. That is a fact. And I think you've just got to really look into it, because everyone's suffering at the end of the day.